Breaking news, everyday news on Prince Amila Entertainment TV. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Remember to follow us on all our social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, Prince Entertainment, Facebook group, Prince Amila Entertainment TV. We're available on Twitter at PMMila ENT. Follow us on Twitter and follow back. Welcome to another edition of our daily news, breaking news, everyday news. Today is the 21st of March, 2022. And so, guys, here's the latest said news, man. And a Zimbabwean diplomat says the government should consider banning Zimbabweans from traveling to Oman to work as domestic workers following revelations that some of the maids are being subject to harsh living and working conditions. The Zimbabwean embassy in Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates, on 18 February sent senior officials on a consular visit to Muscat, the capital of Oman, after receiving calls from scores of Zimbabwean women employed as maids alleging constant beatings, overwork, underpayment, and forced labor. The delegation, which was led by Councillor Ominzo Chigejo, was in Muscat on a 2-day fact-finding mission. It established that most of the women had their passports seized when they arrived in Oman and were forced to see out their 2-year employment contracts even though they no longer wanted to stay in the country. Some of the employers are allegedly demanding up to $2,500 from the women in return for their freedom, yet most of the women earn between $60 to $80 per month. A report from Zimbabwe's ambassador to the UAE, Lavmo Mazemo, addressed to Foreign Affairs and International Trade Secretary James Majo, reads in part, some of the challenges that are facing include working for between 15 to 18 hours per day with no rest, no off days even when one is sick, salaries are not paid in full or on time, being forced to work for large extended families, confiscating of passports by employers, physical assaults, verbal abuses, confinement to the house for long periods of time, denial of adequate food, as well as the inability to leave an employer and work for another one before the end of their 2-year contracts. As a way forward, the embassy strongly recommends that the Department of Social Welfare should consider taking action to rescue some of the maids by raising the money which the employers of the maids are demanding back. 2 of the maids are now displaying suicidal mentalities, much to the fear of Zimbabweans in Oman. The 2 maids openly told consular officers that they were seriously considering committing suicide as a way to end their suffering and enslavement. The government may wish to consider banning Zimbabwe's nationals from labor system, which requires all migrant workers to some of the workers communicating country with the outside world. Their employer restricted as they are not allowed to have cell phones with local. The system is used to monitor migrant laborers, prevent them from calling the police. The construction Oman uses domestic sectors in the Gulf states. And so, guys, that's the latest here. Sad news to our sisters, our mothers who are working there. I mean, the employer anenga akutorera visa anenga are responsible newe and they're taking it as an advantage and kuzokusenzesa like that. I mean, if you're getting paid $60 $80 per month, I mean, for you, I know Zimbabwe people are trying to go outside there and find work and pane dzimwe nyika dzekutotika even if wakati $200 per day automboende because of this kind of working conditions. We all know that some of these guys, Arab, they abuse. I mean, they don't treat black people as normal people. And knowledgeable. We all know there's some who are good, but most of them bring them back home with senior. So our sisters are stuck there in Oman. We hope the government. We hope them, and there are people who are still doing this. And it is so sad. So I want to keep you guys in the loop because to get any new information regarding to our sisters who are in Oman there. And it's a lesson. And I still feel that we need to choose places where we can get help and work as soon as possible, because I heard that some of them wakutofunga zvekutozviuraya, which means kuti state yavari yacho haizi mushe andika anaomera mushe wakuona zvakusvika kuZimbabwe pane pakaipa. I hope they will receive help and as soon as possible. So we're gonna keep you guys in the loop here on Prince Milan Entertainment TV on daily news, breaking news, and of course take try to survive, helping our families back home. But sometimes the situation inenge iri poor on the ground kuna dzimwe nyika inenge isitomboita, like in this instance 24 hours a day wakavharirwa mumba, abvumidzwa kuenda kumashopu, abvumidzwa kukombekana navanhu, and vanhu vachikushandisa zvisingaite, and some of these guys are ruthless. Moshauri kuti zvifamba sei because ivo ndivo vanenge vane mapassport, vanenge vane visa, vanenge vane everything, and saka vanenge vakutoona sekunge vanhapwa. This is sad, man. This is really, really sad. I hope our sisters will receive help there, and so we're gonna keep you guys in the loop. Thank you very much for listening and watching. This is a daily news, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Milan Entertainment TV. Bless up.